Hello, I am Parber Way, and I am going to show you today how to make this easy survival sorting system for all your items. So to operate it, you put items in the input chest here, and they will just get sorted into whatever chest you have them stored in, and they'll stack with items that are already there. So I've filled these chests with things that you might have in survival. So, you have chests for cobblestone, sand, dirt, gravel, etc. And the last chest you probably want to keep empty for non-stackable items, or for things that, are just not useful enough to keep in your normal system. So this thing works by, as I said, stacking with the items that are already inside the chest. So any cobblestone will only go into this part of the chest here. And if you have an empty slot in any one of these chests, then it'll be filled by an item. Say, if there's cobblestone going through the system, you have a gap here, then it'll go here instead of going here first. So you want to make sure every slot is filled, so when you say, take some diamonds out, you want to make sure that you leave at least one behind in every slot. So to operate it, once you put the items in this input chest, you also need to turn it on by flicking this lever. And it makes a bit of noise and it also causes a bit of lag while it's turned on, so once you're satisfied with your sorting, you should turn it off until you next put items in the system. It's quite easy to build, and I'm going to show you how to build it right now. So, the materials you need for this, you're going to need 6 observers, 1 sticky piston, 1 lever, and 1 repeater to start off. Now, if you don't have slime, which a lot of early game players don't, then you can use 2 pistons, like I used a piston here, but you can have 1 on each end and a redstone torch connected to one of them. Push it back when you're done. You'll also need an extra repeater for that and a bit more redstone, but you can negate using a slime ball, and that'll make it a lot easier if you don't have slime. If you do have slime, just use the slime ball. So per chest, per module, you can have a maximum of 14 of these chests, but per chest you're going to want, of course, the chests themselves, 2 hoppers, 2 droppers, 4 redstone torches, 3 redstone dust, and an observer. Additionally, for every chest -1, so you see I have 3 zones between each chest, so I'll need 3 of these sets of items, and they are 3 redstone, 2 droppers, 1 hopper, and 2 observers. So to build this, the easiest way to do it is to start from the bottom and work your way up. So the first thing you want to do is lay out where you want your droppers to be, and these are going to be halfway in between yours. I guess I'm going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chests. So I'll have 5 zones between them. So then, you want a hopper pointing into each dropper, and then at the end you'll just want a block. It doesn't really matter. You're going to need blocks to place things on, but I didn't bother putting these in here since, they're not hard to get. Once you get all these hoppers laid out, you're going to put blocks behind all of them. And you could put a block here if you want, but you don't really need to since it's the end. And on the back of these blocks, you want to put redstone torches. Then you have redstone dust, like this in a checkerboard pattern behind all these torches. And you'll just want additional blocks all along here like this. And on top of these blocks, you want more redstone dust. The next thing you should do is on top of all these blocks you want to put droppers. They can be facing any direction you want, it doesn't really matter. They're not actually going to contain any items, they're just for redstone purposes. I guess this whole thing is, but you get the gist, hopefully. And then behind these you want observers facing this way, or I guess pointing this direction. They're facing the other way, literally their face is on the other side. And then you just want more droppers facing this way, and they have to be facing out like this. On top of all these droppers that we placed earlier, you should put blocks on top of them. On top of the blocks, you want redstone dust. Then in between them, you want some observers facing downwards, like this. Or, no, not facing, we already covered that. We want pointing downwards. Oops. There we go. And we want redstone dust on top of those too. Then you put torches on the sides of the blocks, that you place here. And finally, well, not finally, but you want to have hoppers pointing into these droppers. Then you put another set of droppers pointing upwards between these on top of the old first droppers that we placed. You want hoppers pointed in the same direction as these hoppers are pointed, and you want them going into the next hopper that's pointing downwards. So like this, you know, it's easier to visualize than to explain it. Behind these blocks, we also want torches. And then over here, we just want some blocks out like this that we can place oops. Didn't mean to do that. We want blocks that we can place redstone dust on top of. And then we want more torches like this, oops, like this on the sides of these. And finally, you need the part that turns the thing on and off, because currently this isn't going to do any sorting because it's not on. So you want to find the exact middle of this, and it's going to be probably a place between two droppers, or between these two of these droppers facing outwards. And here you want a block, it's like corner to this redstone, another block like this, and then you have a repeater that's facing inwards. You just place a block here for now, and you want two observers facing upwards like this, then one that faces across, and two facing downwards. Then you want to break this block and put an observer that's pointed out like this into this block. This will start sorting, but you want to be able to turn it off. So you also probably want to turn this off at some point. So you have a piston like here, block next to it, and a lever on the block, and then you can simply pull this out to shut it off, push it in to turn it back on. And finally, you need the chests. So we just want double chests, since they can hold twice as much as a barrel or a single chest. Barrels are cool, but in this case double chests work better because they basically double the amount of items you can put in. Oops. And you want your input chest, which is going to be on top of a hopper, you know, at the beginning, because all the items are all going to float this way. And you want to leave the last chest here at least partially empty and fill up all the other chests so it works. And that's all you really need. So thanks for watching. I am still Parberway, and I will continue to be in the future. Bye.